quality Shure field by Marriott Hotel. Drove out.
All composite? Is it plastic? Plastic guitar? This headless 6,
Yeah.
very light. It's way more stable than I ever would have imagined. But I was curious, do they all have that textured feel to the neck because of the manufacturing process, or?
I mean, those are the raw series, right? Those are the ones without paint.
I didn't know that.
And they do come in the same texture
Yeah.
neck every time, but let me get you another guitar so you can feel.
Yeah, that feels great. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Then this is standard if you have a painted finish.
Yeah, if you ask for a satin neck, then this is what you're gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
and it doesn't matter if it's a gloss finish and you ask for a satin neck, then this is what you're gonna get. But if you're gonna get a satin finish, then it's also exactly the same.
Okay. Well, yeah, I obviously like this a hell of a lot more for me anyway.
Right, right.
It's nice and thin. But do you know what the neck thickness is at the
19 millimeter.
19?
19 to 20 on the 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys make anything thinner, or is it usually that's thin?
Oh yeah, 19 to 20. Yeah.
And these are all made where?
In the Netherlands. Placed near Amsterdam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a kill switch?
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem, man.
I really appreciate it.
bench top. See this, we have it here.
This bridge is so comfortable.
Yeah, it's planet shallower.
Ah,
It's exactly same material, the saddles, than that.
ah. So that helps with resonance?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is beautiful. That guy? Oh, it's for pulling pegs off of acoustics. It's always been annoying doing that.
You're trying to get like wires.
You're gonna bar them to death. Yeah. So I have the one next to that, that guy there. So I use one that has an attachment for my drill whenever I'm doing like fast stuff. But if I have to do anything nuanced that I needed to do it by hand, that's what I use for that.
There's actually like bearings.
It does have bearings, yeah. It's very good.
And I might see if it's for sale. Rubber band.
Yeah. Smart. That's genius. And it's got a little sponge in it that you fill with, distilled water.
Feel free to use any of these on the deck.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome.
That's a fun demo.
I'll have fun.
Thanks, man.
I bought it off Amazon. You can't screw it. Nice.
Straight edge. I actually bought that too. Yeah, without the sandpaper on it. Yeah, it came with it. But it's a straight edge for me. I use it for making sure the frets are level. And it makes checking relief in the neck super easy.
Get all the edges.
Really, Earl? So it's pretty crazy to rent a booth this big and then not even show up. Like day one, you're not even here just to build hype. So that way, like when they do bring it either tomorrow or one of the other days this week, it's gonna be the most talked about thing because they teased it. It's really, really smart marketing, if you ask me.
It essentially, yes, but the thing with power conditioners is you can't attenuate the conditioner at all. Like if you bought like a Furman or something, you plug it into the wall, it's gonna say 120 or it's gonna say 123, and it's gonna disperse that power evenly to those other sections. This
You can bring the attenuation down and
this
change
can bring
the
it
voltage.
down so that you can run whatever device into this at the ideal level. Because the thing is like you can get a power conditioner, and if the wall is running 123 volts,
That's what you get.
that's what you get.
Yeah.
And no electronic devices are supposed to be designed to run above 120 volts. And so, especially for guitar amps, what happens is if it's too hot coming out, heat is like the worst enemy of an amplifier. This allows that to come down. We also have a 220 version for our, overseas customers. And we have 2 rack units. The top rack unit can power 3 devices. The bottom one is essentially 2 ground boxes in one. And you can power up to 8 amplifiers from that. So that's actually, I'm in a touring band. That's what I use on tour. I have it in a rack and I power, 5 amps with that.
Nice.
So it's very cool. This is kind of like your, this is our flagship product. It's kind of your throw in the backpack and gig anywhere you want, and you'll have great power. Yeah.
Very.
Where are you from? Built this to be able to show what's going on inside a brown box. I'm sorry, what's going on inside an amp when you're using a brown box and whatnot. So I added these voltmeters on different parts of the components.
Very cool.
This is the Panorama CS12. It's our channel strip controller.
Okay.
It's geared towards controlling the selected track in your project. You have a motorized fader that controls channel volume. You can change tracks with these buttons. Hold.
If you click a track, does it automatically?
It does, yeah. In fact, I can click on a track and you'll see that it jumps to the position of the volume
You don't
on
have
that
to
track.
navigate with this, but if you don't want to grab the mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, if you don't want to grab the mouse and you want to navigate your track more quickly, you can turn this encoder.
Yeah, man.
And
Keyboard shortcuts.
exactly.
Love it.
And so you have solo, mute, record arm, hand control, standard transport buttons, but then extended transport buttons for jumping to the start and end of your loop. All-important undo button, metronome on and off.
Yeah.
You have buttons for hiding and showing your mixer, hiding and showing plugins, turning automation on and off.
Nice.
You've got a zoom control where if you hold shift, it'll zoom vertically. You have, and then these buttons are where things get really interesting. These buttons represent the inserts on your track. So when you press the first button, it'll open the first insert on that track, and now you're controlling with these knobs.
So how does it know which things? Like, how's it mapped to know?
We have plugin maps that we've created for all of Logic's built-in plugins, but also hundreds of third-party plugins, from UAD to Waves to Softtube. Here's a FabFilter EQ. And you'll notice that the controls are lit by LEDs.
Yeah.
And when I turn a blue control, I'm controlling the blue band. When I turn a purple control, I'm controlling the purple band. So it's very transparent. You can even, without the plug-in, really understand what you're controlling. Exactly. And if you have a plug-in where it's like, oh, I can't find the parameter that I'm looking for, you can activate the select option, click on a parameter, and now the motorized fader controls that parameter.
It's like an auto learn.
Click on it. Yeah, quick learn, exactly. You can, of course, use the actual parameter learn function by hold shift and click on a parameter and then move a control. That's now mapped to that control. It's that easy. And from there, I can hold shift and press this encoder, turn the encoder to get into the learn menu, and I can save that plugin map, and
So
it'll
now
be recalled every time you...
It'll recognize that this is pulled up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So how does that happen? Is there like some sort of like software ID number that like I work in the tech field, so I'm
Yeah,
like, there
yeah.
must be something that it recalls.
That's our special sauce.
Oh, nice.
It's a combination of the plugin name and the parameter list.
Smart.
So if the parameter list changes for some reason,
Yeah.
the same, but it's mostly the same as it was before.
Uh-huh.
Our software will say, "Oh, I recognize these parameters. It must be this plugin," and it calls up that plugin map anyway.
It's almost like a GUID. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So you mentioned integrations to different DAWs and plugins. Which DAWs are supported with this today?
Today it's just Logic.
Okay.
But other DAWs are coming. We have Cubase and Reaper in the works. Studio One's a high priority. Ableton Live is a high priority. Bitwig and Reason.
I'm one of the rare Reaper users that are still out there.
Yeah.
And
We actually have a test build of the Reaper
Oh, cool.
control surface profile.
Awesome.
I just can't show that to you today.
That's okay. It's okay. Do you guys have like a beta tester program or anything like that?
We get that question a lot.
Yeah.
We're a really small company,
Yeah.
and I just don't have the
Like,
resources
I'm
to
not
have
going to open up my bug log to all these randos.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I get
pretty
it.
much. Yeah.
Okay. So recently, I purchased, well, I think it's maybe a little bit of an older model of yours.
Sure.
It's a 49 key, and it has a motorized fader as
The
well.
Panorama P4.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I realized, I guess with this latest update, we're waiting for a new update for Reaper.
Oh, okay.
For M2 or like the M series processors or Apple
I
Silicon.
have a early test build of
Okay,
the
that's good.
M1 compatible. I've been distributing it to customers because we don't have an installer yet.
Ah.
But if you contact support at nektartech.com, I can send you the files that you need to get
I
started.
would love that so much.
Absolutely.
It's literally, so I got the keyboard. I bought a used because
Yeah.
I was tired of
Yeah.
constantly fighting integration.
Every
Every time I pull up my
understand.
DAW,
Yeah.
I feel like I have to reprogram everything.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm out. Like
No,
the crazy
exactly.
juices are gone. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. No.
I'm
And
back in
that's,
IT mode.
we always tell people we want to enhance your workflow. We don't want to force you into a specific environment, into a specific workflow, into using specific plugins. We want to work with what you're already using.
Sure.
I'd like to show you a few more features that are unique to the Panorama CS12. These involve automation. So you can hold the auto button and turn this encoder, and you can select between a number of different automation modes. The top of the list is all modes that are built into Logic, but the bottom three are unique to our controller. So, for example, the auto latch mode, what it does is it only activates the automation mode on when you're touching the fader. So as soon as you release the fader, it stops writing, and that'll prevent you from accidentally controlling a parameter that, or writing over automation you don't intend to. And a really cool thing about that is we have this select function.
Right.
And that I showed you before. You activate select, click on a parameter. Now you can record automation for that parameter.
Right.
But since automation only gets activated when you're touching the fader, you can use these controls as like a parameter list. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to find the parameter that I want to control. That's the one. Now I can record automation, and it'll only record the automation once you start moving the fader. So another really cool feature that I think, it just blows me away, it's my favorite feature, is the single point fader. And the way this works is you touch the fader, and it'll create an automation point right at the playback position.
Yeah.
You move the playback position, touch the fader again, move the fader, it creates another automation point. Move the fader.
So you can just punch them in instead
Exactly.
of recording it.
And you can move back to an earlier point, and now I can adjust the position of that point again.
I gotta tell you, like hunting with your mouse, trying to get just the right points.
Yeah,
It's
or
a nightmare.
deleting the points
Right.
between that get recorded.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a very specific curve that you want to get, and so writing automation in real time is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want to say, okay, I want it to start here, and I want it to ramp to here.
Yeah.
And that's what this is for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it. So I'm
I
gonna.
think so.
Yeah, it's very cool. So I'm gonna I'll reach out. Do you have a card or something?
I don't. No. If you
Just support?
support at nektartech.com.
Okay.
You'll get me or my colleague Deborah here.
Okay.
And we can help you with whatever questions you have, or
I'll just mention that I saw you at Namm and talk about
Absolutely. Your name is?
it. My name is Spencer.
Spencer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's
Hi.
nice to meet you.
Likewise. I've got a YouTube channel. I'll put this interview on there. You guys can use the demo reel for whatever.
Yeah.
Talk about the content. So
Check it out.
thank you so much. You can actually listen in on these people testing out these microphones inside this soundproof booth. Good moves, bro.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lovely break.
Well,
you're saying that. Like, yeah, it's like an overload of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like 7,000 with the glass, 6 without. This one is $2,500 about, and it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a regular door. It's pre-hung. You just slide it in the opening, take all the trim out, everything off your door, existing door, and slide this one in. You know, like you do in a small room.
Yeah.
This is an ideal thing. $2,500. You can't buy a good wood door for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is home studio. It's got home studio written all over it for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it does. And I mean, we do home and we do professional. We do a bedroom for people in their homes that live by a freeway, airport, or anything. That's how we got started.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
It morphed into this.
That's so cool.
Crazy.
Paul from Froggy yelling up here.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Namm, suck it. Everybody suck it. With all fervent lips pointed to the sky.
sucking it through the deep hole of every duct. My friends, my name's Devin, and I compensate for so many parts of my personality by being overtly offensive. It makes it easier to keep people at bay. At that point, you don't have to actually interact with anybody. And in this environment, you have to defend yourself emotionally because the options are blown apart every fucking 3 minutes. So instead of that, fuck, shit, dog shit, ball, nut, dick, my friends, from the annals of history, we're gonna do this, whatever the fuck this is. That's right, I said dog dick. The tastiest of all the canine phallus is. Oh, love. So does a tree, brother. Is always. Oh, love. Is always feeling. Is alone. What's on Foster Boat? Paradox of meaning. Oh, love! Make way for breathing. Oh, give it to me. But why? My friends, why? We chose to pay, what, $350 to come here? I think I got in for free. It's not actually free. There's an emotional cost here that is immeasurable, to be honest. I slept for 3 hours last night. This was prior to the stretch on the
Love it so much.
This was a 90s band that I loved. And a guy that had a weird dance from what I remember. Where was it? Oh! Yeah! I'll wait for the nights to Tom! So far, suicide's at home. No, Concord, I'm not the man you know. This love, it's a right, at this point, I guess I should start it as a bit. My friend, guitar player, I did this emulation when I was a teenager, so I know how to do all this crap. The best part about it is when I actually realized that I wasn't as good at this as some of the other guys in my neighborhood, I learned about 4 licks and I just recycled them over and over. To the point where I could do it sort of automatically. Right. Zero musicality, but hey, it's Namm, right? I've heard the Seinfeld theme about 70 times today. Where was it? All right!